So why does a guy walk into a room and like 30 seconds later, everybody's kind of orbiting around him? It's not because he's the loudest. It's not because he's really doing something crazy that he's doing. Honestly, it's because he seems completely unbothered with whether anybody in that room approve of him or not. And that's the whole thing. And people think that a personality you're born with, charisma, some guys just have it. No, it's a skill. It's called frame control. And it's built on something way simpler than people think, self amusement. Today, I'm going to break it down what that actually means and how you build it. Not by copying my line, not copying by Jeff's line, but by changing where your fun is actually coming from. Let's go into it. Here is the core distinction, and honestly, this is the whole video. There's a difference between doing something to get a reaction from people versus doing something because it genuinely entertained you and people reacting to that just by product. Most anxious guys have this backwards. They walk into a set running a background process the whole time, like an engineer, cybersecurity, whatever, running a script. Is it okay? Are they judging me? Did that land? Every word is a performance for approval. Self amusement flips that. The test I give my client bootcamp is simple. Would you still be doing this if nobody was watching? If yes, that's real. If the honest answer is no, that's not self amusement, man. That's a performance for an audience, and I think it's quite disgusting. Really disgusting. And people are shockingly good at smelling the difference between something done for them versus something done near them. And I give you a real examples because I see this every single weekend. Two guys both talking to a group or like really pretty girls, model, whatever, at the day game in Chicago. Guys, number one is so focused on being smooth, on saying the right thing, on making sure these girls like him. That is basically just performing the whole set. Is tense, is calculating his next line before she's even finishes talking. And the girl feel that. They start pulling away, giving short answer because nobody wants to be somebody else approval test. Now, guy number two, he sees the same group of pretty girls. He's just amused. He's making some dumb observation about their group, laughing at his own comment, and genuinely enjoying the 2 minutes he's got with them, regardless if they into it or not. That's the guys that start leaning towards. That's the guys who ending up pulling one of them that night. Same girl, same city, same day. The only difference was where the fun was actually coming from. So think about the funniest guys, It's not funny at you. It's just funny in general. He would make the same joke to an empty room. You just happen to be there for it. And that's the flavor we're going for. And it changes your focus on control when your entertainment depends on the room liking you. Every interaction gets high stakes. When it's self generated, you're not extracting approval anymore. You're just enjoying being alive and inviting people along. There's a psychological piece here too. And I see it like on bootcamp with our client. People read your emotional state and mirror it. You walk in nervous, needing it to go well, that tension is contagious. Walking in relaxed and genuinely amused, regardless of outcome, that's contagious too. It's never the words, guys. It's the state behind them. Chasing approval backfire because you're outsourcing your emotional states to stranger opinion. And even if she can't name it, she feels it. And here's where almost everybody mess this up. Every bootcamp, every single one. They think frame control means putting on a character, some loud, exaggerated alpha, doing beats for the room. That's actually the opposite because a perform persona is still built for an audience. It collapses the second it stops landing. Real frame control is you, but with the anxious filter turned off. Not a costume. What's underneath the costume most guys wear to seem acceptable. A quick way to check yourself if you can feel yourself monitoring how something landing in real time, adjusting, checking for approval. The filter still running. If you're just doing it and whatever happens happen, that's actually you. This is also why copying my exact words line never works long term. You copying the output, not the internal state that generated. The line was never the point. I give you an example. Tonight I was in PB, got a pretty good set with this tall. I was at Beverly. I got a little bit in my head. I what I do, guys, is when I'm not on boot camp, which is essentially going out and gaming with Jeff, one of the best wingmen in the planet right now, which is not very difficult to do. I try to really work on myself, like getting the step, getting the rep, but also going out solo because I found out it's still the hardest things to do. And tonight I was struggling big time. I'm in Beverly and I have really hard time. Nobody's pushing me. I'm just not really excited about opening girls, and believe it or not, like when you're on your own, you find the crack, you find your weakness, you find whatever it is that you're struggling with. But I didn't give up, and at some point I start finding the fun. I start opening those two chick by the bar. It's like almost 12:30, and I open with some ridiculous things like, oh yeah, like I feel gay tonight. I'm totally gay. I'm actually gay. And the girls start laughing. Oh, really? And yeah. And then I'm like, but you know what? This part is great. I saw a midget, and which is true. And I'm like, yesterday was no midget. So how sad was it yesterday? And I start going in this like loop of self amusement slash nonsense like for almost 5 minutes, and the girl are listening at my price show day, whatever you call it, and they're under the charm. I'm just like getting those two girls really under my belt, and one of them is starting getting really attracted. She start like usually complying to me and speaking in French, which is usually a good sign for me. This girl is very taller, skinny girl, typical white girl from PB. Um, but the set goes pretty well, and I got this long set, like 30 minutes. I should have pulled her, like she was with the friend, struggle a little bit, like from a logistical standpoint. And then immediately after, I go in the street. And again, on my own, when everybody's left, no wingman around, I was telling one of my friend actually that it's actually better to trying to jump with set from rando, like a guy with two girls. I've done it many times, and that's exactly what happened. And guess what? My opening was the lamest ever. I see these guys kind of like good looking, kind of like he's got his shit together. You can tell he's a little bit more mature, like he's probably in his 40, I would say. Seems to be business oriented. He's got a good style. Calm. He's got two girls, and he's got a big bag of like stuff, groceries, whatever. And it's like 2:30. And my opening was like Oh, you guys bought a lot of groceries at 7-Eleven, I see. It's pretty cool because the only thing is 7-Eleven doesn't have like a lot of fruit. So I'm going into this like and the girl immediately uh do you guys like have a good grocery bag from 7-Eleven? That was my opening. That's how dumb my opening was at 2:30. And the reason it land is not because it's amazing, because it's quite lame. But the reason why it works is because I think it's so funny. And it's funny for Bryce to opening at 2:30 completely sober about the bags of grocery they just got at 7-Eleven. And after that, it was just like history, pull for champagne, undefeated. But really what I wanted to tell you guys is the line was never the point. So how do you actually build it? Not just understand it. Here's the process I give you guys on bootcamp. Number one, practice low stake self amusement first. Alone with some close friend, zero social risk. Notice what actually entertains you with no audience. You're strengthening the habit so it's already running when the stake goes up later. Number two, separate the outcome from the moment. One conversation going bad doesn't mean anything about you globally. Did this go how I wanted? And am I okay, guy? Are not the same question. Number three, get comfortable with people not liking it. If you genuinely unfilter, some people won't vibe with it. And that's the system working correctly, not a flaw. You're aiming for genuine reaction, and genuine reaction are never universal. Number four, let your state come first, not the words. Check if you actually relax and performing relax or performing relax. People catch the difference every time. Work on the state underneath. The words follow once it's real. Number five, treat rejection as information, not as a verdict. Guy with the real frame control can have something go bad and shrug it off in 10 seconds because their sense of self isn't hostage to one interaction. There's a book uh, really dear to my heart, Radical Honesty, Brad Blanton, and the whole foundation of it is this. Most of what we call anxiety isn't from the world. It's from all the hiding and performing we do to manage what other people think of us. Drop the performance, drop the filter, and most of that anxiety just goes with it. That frame control right there, written before the term even existed. So here's what ties it together. Frame control isn't a trick you perform on people. It's the result of not needing anything from the room. When your mood and your sense of humor don't depend on how one conversation goes, that's when people start gravitating towards you. Not because you're chasing them, because you stop chasing approval altogether. Start small. Practice being genuinely entertained by your own existence when nobody's around. Let that be your baseline. The confidence you're looking for isn't something you perform into existence. You just got to stop needing permission to use it. You can check it out our next bootcamp. I'll be in Vegas with Jeff next weekend. And then we'll be in New York in September, Miami. Check out the schedule. There's a lot of like things I'd like to talk about, and the best is live always. But it was great to talk to you tonight. Until next time, it was Bryce. Peace.